Hello everybody, we are back here on The Hunter Call the Wild with episode 2 of the 60-minute diamond challenge, and we've made a few changes based off of your guys' comments and also some of my own decisions on what I think would make this series better. The first thing is, you guys suggested that we do a wheel to spin for the map also. I did have Hirschfelden on here also. I've got every other map, but I took Hirsch off because I recorded for like an hour on Hirschfelden and shot like maybe 2 animals the whole time. Unfortunately, multiplayer Hirschfelden's just not a good time because of the fact that you don't have any tents and that map has hardly any lodges near places where animals are. So we're not going to be doing Hirschfelden in this series because every single Hirschfelden video would just be extremely boring. And I don't want to have another 1 hour of recording with just 2 animals. So we are taking Hirsch out of there, and if in the future we run into a few other maps that are the same way, we might remove them from the list also, but as of now, Hirschfelden's the only map that we're not going to be doing in this challenge. Also, you guys liked the high stakes possibility that I talked about last time, so from now on, if we don't get a diamond within the hour, I'll have to continue hunting until I find a diamond, and then I have to take it with iron sights. And I'm debating on whether or not I have to take it with iron sights with the gun that we found. I think that might be the way to go. We'll have to use whatever gun we found and take it with iron sights. Unless, of course, it's a bow, then we can't really use iron sights, but bow's a challenge enough, so. We also will continue to not count rares for the challenge. It's still going to be just diamonds, and I think that's probably for the best, otherwise this would just be too easy of a challenge, so we are going to keep it to diamonds only. Rares are not going to count. Therefore, we'll continue to shoot rares with whatever gun instead of using the one for the challenge. But anyway, guys, with all that being said, I think that's pretty much it for the intro. If you are brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, click the like button, and ring the notification bell so that you guys will never miss a video. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So, let's get our spin. And that was a lot louder than I expected it to be, but it looks like we got Layton Lakes, so we're gonna head over to Layton, and let's see what gun we're gonna be using. Well, that's gonna be a little bit unfortunate. So, another thing that I forgot to mention in the intro of this, that I think we're going to make it so if it doesn't cover all classes, we do have to roll for a second weapon to cover the rest of the classes. So the 45, I believe, goes up to class 6, which means we do need to get a 7 to 9 weapons. So let's see what we get for that. So we have removed everything from the list except the ones that go classes 7 to 9. So let's go ahead and spin between these and see what we end up getting. I'm really hoping we don't get the 10 gauge because that was pretty rough last time. So let's see. Well, it looks like we got the recurve bow. So we're going to be heading out to Layton with the 45 and the recurve. This could be pretty interesting. And the clock has started. Let's go ahead and find a server that we can join. Let's hope we can get into a low-level one early on. That way we don't have to worry about anything too much. Well, I'd say that's a pretty decent start, level 23. So let's see what we can find here. It's 11:30, which means it's actually at kind of a strange time. But we'll hit up a few areas where we sometimes find animals at random times. Well, it may not be a diamond, but there is a melanistic mallard duck out there. We've spent about 15 minutes on this server, and oh no, somebody just changed the time. It's about to get interesting. Oh my gosh, we got it. We actually got it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Of course the host had to change the time right as we got to a melanistic mallard. There was a decent sized duck in here too that I do want to try and take out if we can. Don't know where it is though. I guess it was in the other flock. So let's hope that this guy decides to float over, otherwise it might despawn. Okay, so it is floating over. That's a good sign. I didn't want to have to run all the way around because there'd be a chance that it would despawn. Because for those of you that don't know, right now there's a bug where if you go out of render distance of a dead animal, it goes invisible. So I was really hoping that this wouldn't get stuck on the shoreline. And we got lucky and it's floating back over to us. So there we go. Our duck is finally over here. So we can move on to something else. Little melanistic female. Not too bad. They aren't incredibly rare, but they are still a rare, so nice to get one of those. Now, let's move on to some blacktail, because they changed the time to 7:50. So I think we should probably hit a few locations that have good whitetail populations, and Runaki is going to be our first stop. Alright, we are now at the halfway mark, and as of now, all we've seen was that melanistic duck. I did see quite a few blacktail deer at a couple of these lakes, but none of them were anything too notable, so we kind of just ran past those. I'm hoping that this river is going to have a little bit more action, because there should be whitetail and elk in this area along with the blacktail deer, so hopefully we'll find something. Now, the whitetail are not going to be drinking, they'll still be in their feed times, but a lot of their zones are really close to water, so hopefully we can get lucky, and if not, we'll probably jump to another server. So I just found a level 5 server, which is quite a bit lower than the last one, and it is at the end of blacktail time, so let's see if we can find a few blacktail, and if not, we'll probably look for a few elk since they drink at the same time, but we're going to start with the blacktail lakes. And already we got lots of blacktail, but I don't see anything too huge. So, as I'm recording this episode, I'm reading through all of the comments that I'm getting in on episode 1, and a lot of you seem to think that a gold scoring rare should count. So, I think that's what we're gonna add into this. If we get a gold scoring rare, then it will also count. Since those are about as rare as a diamond, if not a little bit harder to find even, so I think that should be okay. If we get a gold scoring rare, then that will also count towards the challenge. The only thing is, it's called 60-minute diamond challenge, so either I'm gonna have to tweak the name or just kind of add that into it, I guess, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. I do like the idea of having a gold rare count. So that's what we're gonna end up doing. 15 minutes left in the challenge, and this server is at blacktail time once again. I've checked like 4 different servers now and just not really found anything, so starting to get a little bit worried. Oh my gosh, there we go. Finally something. And that's a pretty big level 2 also. I just got into this server. It is a level 23 host, and that is a level 3 whitetail. Now this thing right here is definitely nowhere near being a guaranteed diamond. In fact, I've got a feeling that guy's gonna troll. But it is a level 3, so we need to try and get within range for the 45 Colt. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be really interesting. Let's hope this guy makes it, but I don't think that rack will. It doesn't look like the rack that makes diamond, unfortunately. Yeah, I definitely don't think he's gonna make it. He looks to be probably the 240s rack. I want to say that's the 240s scoring rack. It's either the 240s one or the... well, I guess it couldn't be the 270s, but it has the shape of the 270s rack, but it looks like it has shorter beams. It's kind of a strange one. So they are pretty much in range now. I think it's about time we spook them out, because I want to get this guy with a little bit of time left just in case he doesn't make diamond, because I've got a pretty bad feeling that he's not going to make it. Let's try to get his attention. I think that's him right there. Yeah, that is. So once he turns a little bit, we'll try to take the shot. We just need him to go broadside. That should be good. I think that was a good shot. And it definitely was. 50 to 75. He's going down slowly. Let's go, guys. I can't believe we actually found a level 3 whitetail. Now, let's just hope this thing ends up making diamond. Because if it doesn't, then we've got about 8 minutes to find something else. There he is. What a beauty. Let's get a good look at him. You know, maybe he actually has a chance. I think this guy actually has a chance. It's a diamond at 258. We did it. We actually got a diamond, and that's a pretty cool looking one too. I don't think I have this rack as of now. That's pretty awesome. 258.50. It scored much higher than I expected it to. When I saw this rack initially, I thought this guy was gonna troll. But he did end up making it. Not too bad, guys. We completed it. That is super awesome. And the 45 Colt actually did not do too bad, to be honest. It penetrated pretty decent. That's one thing about the 45 Colt that I've noticed is it's got good penetration for the most part, but it just kills him so slowly. That is super, super awesome, guys. Now, I think what we're gonna do is we've got about 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. We're gonna keep looking around and see if we can maybe find a rare or another diamond on this server, just to kind of add a little bit more content to this video, since we haven't really found a ton of good things. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. That's pretty awesome. I can't believe that we found that. I don't know what I just watched. That was something special. I don't know what was up with that duck, but I don't want to have anything to do with that. So we got like 25 seconds left. I'm going to try to speed into one more server and just hope that it's got something good around Runaki. Alright, so I don't know where to put this guy. I definitely want him in the main lodge because it is a rack that we have never killed, I believe, for Whitetail, so I do want to have it in the lodge somewhere. I'm just not sure where. I think maybe we'll go replace one of the mule deer because we've got a bunch of the same rack for mule deer, and it wouldn't hurt to get rid of one of those. Yeah, let's go ahead and I think we'll just remove this guy because we've already got a bigger one. So I'm not really too worried about him. And we'll put our whitetail right there. That's looking good. I'm liking it. And as for the melanistic mallard, I don't know what we could replace. I think we've got a spot we could put it over here. My trophy lodge is getting a little bit laggy at this point because I do have quite a few trophies in here now. You guys have probably noticed that it's lagging a little bit more than normal. So let's see if we can find a place. And yeah, right there. Let's put the melanistic in place of that blonde, because this is definitely more rare than a blonde mallard is. But anyway, guys, if you are brand new to the channel, be sure to click subscribe, click the like button, and hit the notification bell so you guys will never miss when I post a video. Also, be sure to comment down below. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. If you guys have any questions, or if you want to maybe add something to this series, give a suggestion on something that you would do to make this more interesting, feel free to down below. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace!